I was born in Houston in 1971, and my dad, Nolan, was a Major League Baseball player, and he was with the New York Mets. And that offseason, he got traded to the California Angels. So as a young kid growing up, it was kind of a military kid, gypsy baseball lifestyle that I grew up with, kind of always being on the go. It was a lot of fun, and being around a father that is involved in professional baseball, you don't think of really anything else. You think that, everybody's kind of leading that lifestyle of him being gone and your mom being with you all the time. So it probably wasn't until career day when I was maybe in like second grade, and he came to the school there in California and brought all his baseball equipment and brought catcher's gear and everything, and I saw how the other kids reacted that I probably realized, hey, my dad does something kind of special. I kind of lived every kid's dream. I got to grow up around major league players in a big league clubhouse, but I also got a real small town upbringing because Alvin was 25,000 people and we had one high school, and you sort of knew everybody in town. He rarely got to see me play any youth sports growing up, maybe a handful of games, from Little League to high school. And so my mom was always there. She was our coach. In fact, she coached my Little League team when I was 10 and 11 years old. My mom is one of the most wonderful people in the world. I tell everybody I hit the mom lottery because Ruth Ryan is one special individual. What was interesting about growing up in Alvin is my mom's one of 5 children and my dad's one of 6. So we had lots of relatives and lots of people all over the place. My dad got to the state championship in baseball but lost in 1965. My mom got to the state championship in tennis and won in 1965. So a lot of people knew my mom to be as good an athlete as my dad. Sports came very easy to me all through the years, no hitters in Little League and that kind of stuff. And so it was never really an expectation to try to do anything special. For me, baseball really was getting to enjoy the lifestyle that my dad got to lead, and then see the sort of two sides of him and a lot of these guys. Once you're in the clubhouse and on the field, you're a family with that group of guys trying to achieve a common goal, and they all come from different backgrounds and different walks of life. And so there's something intoxicating about that. I think it was once I got to college and you're on a bigger stage and you're playing against competition that isn't just from your town, that you start maybe starting to feel those expectations. And once you're competing in baseball, a sport that your dad has had a lot of success in and has pitched, as long as anybody in the history of the game, if you do well, people expected it. They'd go, oh, you're Nolan Ryan's son, you should do well. If you didn't do well, they were very quick to write you off. Ended up going to the University of Texas. We had a game where the Rangers came down and played the Longhorns, and I got to start and face my dad. He started and had lots of national exposure.
I think it's a neat thing for everybody here in Austin and for the guys on the team in the University of Texas. I know all the guys are really looking forward to it because it gives us a break from conference play and gives us a day to just relax and go out and have fun.
Reid, you've got to be wanting to be 1-0 though against Dad, don't you?
Oh yeah, it would be a neat feeling, but if it doesn't come about, then that's fine, and if it does, that'll be great.
And there is Reid. Got the entire Ryan family. Reid checking Harris. Speed bid. And down goes Craig Newkirk. First strikeout for Reid Ryan. A little smile after. Well, afterwards, yeah, but that's a serious face. It's a serious fastball. See you later.
Throughout my life, I've always really, put my faith in God, and when I've had big decisions in my life, I've always let Him lead me. And so at the end of the season that year, I decided that I was going to transfer from the University of Texas and try to go to TCU. And there was a lot of pressure for me to stay with the Longhorns, but I just felt this pull that, God wanted me to be at TCU and I wanted to be here. And then 1994 was such a special year for the Horned Frogs. We won the Southwest Conference with one of the best records in the history of the league. I think we only lost 3 or 4 games. We swept a lot of rivals. We just had a wonderful group of guys. We got in a fight with Baylor on Good Friday. That was awesome. My brother ended up coming to school here. My sister ended up coming to school here. And all of us met our spouses here at TCU. And so my wife and I, Nicole, will have been married 19 years this year. I remember seeing Nicole for the first time. She was beautiful. She was feisty. I tried to talk to her. She blew me off, which probably made me want to ask her out more. She finally said yes to going out on a date, and we went to the Mavericks game, and they won. It was like one of only a handful of games they won that year, so I figured that was a good sign. And it's obviously been over 20 years that we've been together now, but she's a wonderful lady. She's a terrific mom. We love everything TCU stands for, and you know, seeing the success we've had really in all sports, but especially baseball and football. Seeing the way Gary has gone about this year with the Prove 'em Right, he always seems to get the most out of his guys, and I know we're just blessed to have Gary Patterson as a coach. Hopefully it'll be a special year, but you know, whether we win every game or we don't, knowing that TCU has elevated itself through the hard work of Gary and his staff and all the support of this community and the recruiting of great players and development of those guys, I feel like this program will be a top 25 program for a long time. My dad's career affected so many people in a positive way, they love to talk about it. And then my own professional career now, whether it was bringing baseball to Central Texas or bringing baseball to the Coastal Bend, or being involved now with the Houston Astros, or what I did here at TCU, or what we did as a family with the Rangers, we've touched a lot of people's lives. And so when I go to the ballpark, when somebody wants to come and talk to me, I always make time for them, because I think that's the best thing you can do, is make that connection.
To be able to have them at the top of the Astros organization is a great thing, and the fans can really relate. You know, they see Nolan walking around. I mean, everybody knows who Nolan is, so it's pretty cool that his son now, Reid, gets to run the organization and does a great job doing it.
There's no greater compliment in the world than having a fan stop and give me a hug, or you know, shake my hand, take a picture, and say, "Hey, man, I saw your dad's 5th no-hitter, 7th no-hitter." It means a lot to me, and I do not take that for granted. It goes back to saying that, you know, this game has been really, really good to the Ryan family, and we're pretty simple. We want to treat people with respect, and then integrity. That, you know, we all want to have the highest integrity, and I think that's the thing I'm most proud of as a family, is that the Ryans stand for integrity. And so when I'm out at the ballpark, I really enjoy interacting with the fans, and when people say those kind of things, it means a lot to me.
He's ridiculously intelligent. You know, he's really smart intellectually, but also has some street smarts that I can tell. So he knows both sides. He knows the baseball side of things, and he knows the business side of things, which is, you know, obviously what his role is. We have a great relationship, and I know at any given second, if I needed something from them, I can call them, and I hope they feel the same way.
The bond of baseball between my father and I is one where it's something special between us. And I'm a father of 3 children today, 1 son and 2 daughters. And my son Jackson loves the game, and he gets to have this same relationship with me with the Houston Astros, but he also gets to have it with my father, who, you know, is a Major League Hall of Famer, and my brother, who works in the game.
He's always had Jackson with him. Jackson's comes to the ballpark a lot. He's always in Houston. He's out shagging, hanging out with the guys. He absolutely loves being at the ballpark. And the way he interacts with Jackson is pretty impressive. He's a very, very good family man. It's very obviously he's a good family man.
Baseball has really kind of tied the Ryans together through the years with something that we can love as a passion, but we can also work in as a business. And you know, I look forward to the day that my son gets to work in the business as well.